Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish,
keep
guys.
all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
What is going on, people? What is going on? Early today. We're supposed to go at 3, but we went early for you lot, so you can't tell us we're late. As always, I've got Ram in the building. It's becoming a little. We might as well just call you the preview king now, bro.
Yo, man, it's a pleasure to be here, man. It's always a pleasure to grace the people of Kop-Ish, man. It's always a pleasure, man.
No, it's a pleasure having you, bro. And if the people don't know, Ram's gonna be able to provide us with a little insight as well. His dad, family members are actually Nottingham Forest fans, so he's actually got a real insight into what's going on. So when we get to the Forest side, Ram will be able to let us know a little bit about the enemy, the Ops tomorrow. But as always, people, as you can see in the banner, let me get a little bit of the lovelies out of the way. As you guys know, we are sponsored by FansBet, wonderful betting company, because these guys give back, and a lot of charities benefit from their good work, guys. So make sure you check them out. The link is in the description. Get over there now so they know you've come through us. And so, as I said, check them out. Make sure you click the link below, and you'll claim your exclusive £10 bet and get £30 back plus 10 free spins, guys. And there's a special offer. Link is also in the description right now for a 200% sport deposit bonus. So whatever you deposit, you will get double back, guys. You know what I mean? Terms and conditions apply, obviously. So make sure you check out the link in the description, guys. Get over to FansBet. And as Cal likes to say, I'm on my way to being a millionaire. I mean, if only that was true. But yeah.
Nah, man, believe.
Yeah, I know, manifest. I'm trying to like the quadruple.
Yeah.
Yeah, millionaire. Hustle.
But the quadruple, man, it could happen.
Look, let's talk about the FA Cup quarterfinal first before we get into any of that, bro. So let's go. All right. So obviously 1 game's today. The other 3 games are tomorrow. So we don't know who's going to be in the semi-final. But the likelihood is, in my opinion, it'll be Everton, Chelsea, City, and then we're hoping we'll be the 4th team. Which is a juicy semi-final of an FA Cup draw. I'm not, especially if we was to get the Merseysiders, which would be which would be the one.
Yeah.
But first, we've got to get past Nottingham Forest. So you know what? With all due respect to them, they are the home team. Let's start with them, Ram. So as you have a little bit more insight than everybody here, or most people here, I should say, with a family invested interest. Let's go through their form first, bro, and then get on to what we need to worry about and who their key players are.
So Nottingham Forest this season's been, I mean, the first couple of months I remember watching, they were in the bottom, they were bottom. No points collected in seven games in his first 7 games. But now Steve Cooper, a manager that I properly rate, like he's produced, the likes of Phil Foden, Smith Rowe, Trent, these kind of players. He was the guy that got them in that England national team and got them playing football, man. So I rate this guy very, very highly. Like I said it. I think he's better than Mikel Arteta and on the terrace. And I really do think he's better than Mikel Arteta as a coach. But that's by to buy. Well, since he came in, revolutionized his squad. Revolutionized it. They're now fighting for the playoffs. I think they're 3 points behind with a game in hand on Luton, I think. So I think right now they are a tough cookie, man. They're a tough cookie. Like, they've got some very, very talented players. Brennan Johnson's obviously the star guy. He's got linked with the likes of Brentford, Crystal Palace, and I think also the other one was who else was the other one? I think Aston Villa as well. So he's been touted by a lot of elite clubs in the Premier League. So he is a dangerous player, very good technical player as well, very fast as well. So he's probably the most dangerous player. Also, Jed Spence. Everyone's talking about Jed Spence. I mean, he's getting linked with the likes of Bayern Munich and everyone. He's also a very, very talented right back. And also, I think another player that is, I don't think he'll start, but he's going to be a danger when he comes on is a guy called Alex Mighten, who's rapid, like properly rapid, like Sterling rapid.
Okay.
So when he comes off the bench, and if we're having some tired legs, which hopefully I don't think we have, we've got like Ibu and Joe who can do the job. He's going to cause a lot of problems with his pace. But other than that, is also is also like a very well drilled team, very organized. And I think the way they're going to get their goals is from set pieces, because the centre backs that they have, Joe Worrell, Figueiredo, McKenna, and obviously Ryan Yates, who's a CDM who scores a lot of goals from corners. Like a lot of his goals are from set pieces or corner kicks or free kicks on the near the corner flag. So I think those are the main worries I got for them. In terms of the weaknesses, I am not too sold on their goalkeeper, Brice Samba. He could pull off some brilliant saves, but he has a mistake in him. So I'm not too sold on him. And obviously, their left wing back, I don't think their first choice is available, Ribeiro. So I think they'll be playing Jack Colback, who's the less said about Colback, the better.
Yeah.
I centre mid, let alone left back. So, I think those are going to be their two weaknesses, in my opinion.
Okay. So with that being said, I mean, they beat, if I'm not mistaken, 2 Premier League teams to get to this point as well. I mean, we obviously know they knocked out Arsenal. There was another Premier League team, Leicester.
They smashed them. They were winning 4-0, I think.
Yes, I actually watched the game. Yeah, I remember sitting there thinking. I mean, at the time, I wasn't even really bigging up Forest at the time. I was thinking, what's happened to Leicester? My word! But the dust has settled, and you got to give massive credit. If they get out of there, if they beat 2 Premier League teams to make a quarter final of the FA Cup, I think everything you said there is proof. You know what I mean? If they're 3 points off a playoff and they're in the quarter final of the FA Cup, they're clearly a team in form, playing well. That should not be underestimated. And I don't know about you, Ram, but the thing that worries me the most right now is probably complacency. I mean, obviously tangibles like the Trent situation that you know are always going to be a worry in any time of any season. But it's complacency. Having a team like Nottingham Forest in the quarterfinals, having a team like Benfica in the quarterfinals, you just hope that the team don't think, oh, well, we should be through here, because that is when you get caught out. That is when you can, you know what I mean, cockiness and arrogance never works in football. It never. You've always got to remain humble, always got to remain motivated, and make sure that you don't take advantage of the situation with you having a inferior team, so to speak, as your opposition. So going into this game, bro, from our point of view now, switching it up now, we do have a lot of football. So not in a contradictory way, because we have to take this game serious, but we have to rest some big boys as well, because we have had a lot of football in a very short space of time. I believe we're going to need energy. I don't know about you, bro, but Forest to me look like a team that are full of energy. A lot of championship teams are full of energy anyway.
Yeah. Especially when they come up against a Premier League team. It's like bragging rights, isn't it?
Because they've got 2 things. They've got a trip to Wembley to motivate them, and they've got arguably playing the best team in the country to motivate them. It's their FA Cup final and
it's their home as well. Is that home?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I know a lot of people are saying there's an international break, but guys, we got to be honest. We still have to think of the players. They're going away to play more football. It isn't like just because they're not playing for us doesn't mean they're getting rest. They're not getting any rest. So for me personally, even thinking about, for example, Ram, that massive, why the hell does it have to be that situation, African qualifier between Egypt and Senegal? Like, we do not need our boys having to go off and play 2 games of that intensity within 4 days of each other during this period of the season. And don't even get me started on international football during this part of the season. I can't even be bothered to even try and think about it. And what annoys me even more than anything, Ram, which we might as well go on this tangent because it makes sense right now. The World Cup's going to be at the end of the year now rather than in the summer. That's obviously the weirdest thing ever, but it's just how it's going to be for the 2022-3 Qatar World Cup, right?
Thank you, FIFA, yeah. Thank you, FIFA.
Why can't they play whatever remaining qualifying games are available during this period where they're going to be playing friendlies for teams who don't even have any games anyway, which is scandalous. Like, by the way, Scotland have got 6 games planned for the summer, bro. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you knew that. That is
I didn't know that.
ridiculous. What 6 games, Ram? Scotland have got planned during the instead of these players having the
It's
summer
friendlies,
off.
right?
Yeah, they're friendlies, bro.
Oh my days.
And we like it will be the first time for what 3 or 4 years that the players can have an actual break during the summer, and they're going to be doing all these friendly games. So if they're going to just do this anyway, which is clearly just for money, why can't these like World Cup qualifiers and these kind of games be played during that time? Because the World Cup itself isn't until the end of the year. Why squeeze international football into the most intense, important part of any elite level club's season? It is the weirdest decision. I mean, what do you think of that, bro? Like, I think it's ridiculous, bro.
I agree, man. Like, I've always had a problem with these like international breaks, man. Like, I've always been an advocate for having all the games played during the summer, like June, July period. So, like, if I get the whole league table thing, the qualifiers all playing in like a league, like a little league table, and the top 2 go to the actual tournament. But why can't you do all those games in the summer and have no international breaks? Have it all one season for club football, and then the summer international football. All the stuff are happening there. Then they come back to play football again in mid-July or August. I don't understand why they can't do that. Plus, it'll make it more exciting for all of us. We don't have to say, "Oh, international football's here." We have to. It's a break from club football. We can't watch Liverpool or United or whoever we support play football. Why can't they have it organized all in one slot, like it was like a little World Cup,
You know what? I've never thought about it like that. All right, so basically, because the World Cup, and the Euros are 2 years apart, that middle part just always have qualification for whichever tournament is the following summer, and maybe stretch it from, say, June to July, and then give them a real holiday after that, and then they'll come back and they'll have like play, and then during the season they'll be able to give them a week off here or there without international football because it will just be club football. I've never thought about that. That could actually work.
South America have the same thing. They have like a whole league table for the qualifying of the World Cup, and it'll be helpful for them because they will be playing all their football in the summer, and it'll be intertwined with our system as well. You know what I mean? I don't understand why they can't do that, man. It's just a bit, FIFA don't really care. They just want to make money. That's all.
Yeah. Or even if you split it in half. So say you went, right, if there's 8 games in the qualifier, you play 4 in the summer, then you go and have your holiday. And then you play 4 at just one interval during the season, and you play them all in that time. So we don't just have this mismatch, choppy because I swear this season we've had 4 international breaks.
Yeah, we have, man. And plus, it will prove how good a manager you are for your national team, because you're not going to be stopping and starting and like bringing players in from here and there and here and there. Like, I know that's a separate attribute which you have to give credit for, but it properly show how good a manager you are if you have your team at that set period and you get them playing a certain type of football, and you have to go there and go and get wins. That properly matter as well. So
yeah, man. So yeah, I don't know, man. This is just weird. But yeah, so we can't think about giving our players like run them into the ground because then there's no football for 2 weeks, because there's a lot of football between now and then internationally.
I don't know about Scotland, because Scotland were to play Ukraine, and I don't know.
There'll be 1 or 2 teams maybe that aren't playing, but I mean, from our point of view, I think Senegal and Egypt is probably the most intense game that will happen during this break, and it affects us in both ways, isn't it? Because either team has our star players, and there's an invested personal beef there that I don't think people are thinking about at the moment. But let's just say Senegal do qualify for the World Cup. How does Mo handle double heartbreak within the space of 2 months? How does he handle losing the AFCON and then knowing he won't represent his country in the World Cup either? Like, that is massively personally damaging. Like, I think people are underestimating. Like, it's almost like we need Egypt to win.
Yeah.
With no disrespect to Senegal, I think even though Senegal are a way more established World Cup team, especially of late, after winning AFCON and having that now stamped down in their history and the euphoria that the country's had from that, maybe from a selfish point of view, we need Egypt to go and win that game now. So Mo still feels like he's got something internationally to be proud of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I don't know. I like FIFA. I know I'm gonna go back to FIFA again, but FIFA said they want to increase the like capacity of all the teams across the world in the World Cup. And like, why does it have to be that Egypt and Senegal play against each other, man? Like, why can't you have both of them be in the World Cup? I know it's wishful thinking and everything, but I don't. It's gonna be tough. Like, we just can't say to Sadio, like, you won the AFCON, you don't need to win this game. You don't need to be in the World Cup. You already been in a World Cup. You just can't say that.
No, I hear that. I hear that.
But then you can't say to Mo, I mean, you were meant to win AFCON, and if you don't take it aside to the World Cup, then what's the point? You know, it's just, it feels as though you have to back Mo, but you have to remember Sadio wants to establish his legacy. If Senegal, which they could possibly do, if they go to the World Cup and get to like the round of 16 or quarterfinals, then bruh, that's gonna be some legacy you're gonna live with for the rest of your life. You know what I mean?
No, that's true. And again, if we take our bias out of it, Egypt haven't got a chance of winning the World Cup or going far in the World Cup, whereas Senegal actually do. Senegal actually have a chance to really represent the continent in a very, good manner. So it feels weird on both sides, doesn't it? It does.
Everybody, what is this Mo is already done mentally, man? Come on. No.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people are actually in agreement that he's done. Nah, come on, guys. Mo isn't done mentally. I know his performances have dipped massively, but I think he's fatigued. The man's tired. He's only human, man.
I think it's desperation as well, man. I think he's just desperate to get a goal. And I'm like, bro, you'll get your goal. Just play it cool. Play normally. You'll get your goal normally. You don't need to do no fancy stuff. You don't need to go snatching at shots. Just play your game. You'll get your goal because you're that good.
Do you think it could be down to and not calling him selfish or anything, because even though he can be selfish during games, I know he's not selfish overall. Like, I know he very much is a team player. But do you think it could be a case of he's so desperate to prove people wrong because he's still got doubters for some reason? That's why he becomes obsessed with scoring goals and why he'll start snatching at things and overdoing it. He's seen Harry Kane catch him up in the goal scoring chart, maybe. And so maybe psychologically he's still thinking, no, I want to finish top goal scorer to prove everyone wrong. I don't know. Like, do you think that could be a part of it?
I think so, man. Like, I think he always has something to prove. And sometimes at times you're like, bro, you ain't got nothing to prove. Just play your normal game. Like, you've done what you've done. You've won the Champions League. You won the Premier League. You've won a Carabao. You won a domestic trophy with us. You have nothing else to prove. All you need to do is go out there and play a normal game. You don't need to go show that you can score hat tricks every single week. All you need to do is just show up, and when you show up, we win. That's how it works. That's how Liverpool works. When you show up, we all show up. That's how we won. That's how we run as a team. Right? It is what
it's true, man. So with that being said, bro, let's get into the Liverpool starting lineup now. So again, not in a hypocritical way, because at the beginning, obviously, I stated and we agree that we can't take this game lightly, but we do have to rest some players for this game. So let's go with a back five to start with. Are we putting Kelleher in goal?
I think Quavine deserves to be in goal, man. I think after that Carabao Cup final, he deserves to be in that goal. Like, he played well. Played very well. He even played well against Norwich as well, man. Like, he had a couple of shots that he dealt with quite easily. He's done very well. Apparently, Alisson's been confirmed to be playing. If that's
I was gonna say I don't know how true it was, but a journalist did report that apparently Alisson. But I was thinking that was like before the Arsenal game. I was thinking, would Klopp already do that? Like even before the game? I don't know if Klopp would do that, but it was a credible journalist. So I was thinking, oh, maybe there's some truth in it. Which would surprise me a bit because I'm not gonna lie, as you said, after having such a brilliant Carabao Cup. Not even just in the final, in the entire tournament. You would have thought he proved he's a good cup goalkeeper, innit? Like you would have thought, and I wouldn't give him the final. Don't get me wrong, I would definitely put Ali in goal for the final. But you would think Nottingham Forest is a perfect opportunity to let him have another game in the cup because between now and the end of the season, there isn't another place to squeeze Kelleher in.
That is true, man. But apparently, everyone's saying that Alisson is playing. It's confirmed. He said it to the FA Cup pressers.
So it was, so it was true. Well, all right. So that means Ali will be playing them. Trent is obviously out, which is a big blow for the squad in general. I don't know if he would have played in this game, but it's a big blow to the squad in general. So, bro, what are we doing? Are we going Millie or are we going Gomez at right back?
I want Gomez to play centre back, ideally. I really
in this game,
Yeah, I think it depends because if they play Keenan Davis or Sam Surridge, who are both very physically dominant players, then Verge might be quite good. Personally, I will play Millie, Ibu, Gomez, and Simi. But I think Klopp will play Gomez at right back and Ibu and Van Dijk together, and Simi at left back. In my opinion, I think Klopp will go on to do that. Would I prefer it? Ideally, I don't want to. Gomez is a centre back. Will always be a centre back in my opinion. Because he's a makeshift right back, like a third choice right back, not a second choice. But
so you don't like because I think he's all right at right back. Me personally, bro.
If it was like an old-fashioned right back whose main job is to defend, then yeah, I'll be very happy with that. But because our fullbacks are so integral to going forward, I'd ideally, because Millie's played right winger most of his career, so it's not too dissimilar from what he's been doing. So that's why I prefer Millie. But I think Klopp will go Gomez at right back.
Okay. I would go with the defense that you said. Gomez, Van Dijk, Millie, and Tsimikas. I think putting Van Dijk in, even though I'd love him to have a rest, to just make sure the game is okay. And then, do you know what? Maybe if we're winning the game by maybe 2 goals in the 60th minute, you can bring Ibu on and you can bring Van Dijk off for a rest and then see the game out. But I think maybe from the start, the way Forest will be up for it, the pressure they may put on us because they're at home, maybe it is a good idea to have Van Dijk in from the beginning. And you know what? You could even switch Gomez to right back at some point during the game if need be. And then maybe bring on, Ibu and Matip, or I don't know, like you could maybe, just have some options of some changes that you could possibly make. But I would go with that. I'd go Millie, Gomez, Van Dijk, and Tsimikas. That's what I would do. I agree with you on that one. Although I have no issue with if Gomez plays right back. I don't have any issue with that. Because when we move into the midfield now, bro, I think Flacco should be rested in this game. I think Thiago should be on the bench if needed, but rested in this game. And Hendo's probably the only one I will start in this game from what you would call the start in midfield.
Yeah.
And I'd play him in the 6. I'd play Hendo in the 6. And then I'd go Naby and Elliott or Jones. I don't know what you think about that.
I'm in the exact same train, bro. I honestly believe Hendo's best position is a 6 this season.
He's played very well in that position this season, isn't it?
I don't know. Like whenever he plays as an 8, the guy doesn't use his head. But when he plays as a 6, he uses his head. You know what I mean? Like people think he's just like a passion merchant. He's a very intelligent footballer. Henderson's a very, very intelligent, can read the game very well. But for some reason, whenever he plays in that 8, he always just goes off and does his own thing. And I'm like,
all right. Could this be because he's got too much responsibility when he plays in the 8, bro? Because he's already captain, right? So that's the biggest responsibility you can ever have as a Liverpool player, to be Liverpool captain. And then when he's an 8, he's got defensive duties, attacking duties, to a degree creative duties, and covering Trent. So when he plays as an 8, he's literally doing about 5 different jobs at the same time.
That's true.
Could that be why he's always so like in his head and not necessarily always making the right decision?
Possibly, but I think it's also the case that he thinks he's 24 as well. Like he's no longer the young guy. He's like that old man that reminisces about his play days of playing football professionally, you know what I mean? Like back in like the 1940s or something. So I think Henderson, I think that might be the case of he might have a lot on his plate, but the guy just goes over the pitch, and then sometimes he can be a little bit gassed out near the last 20 minutes of a game. And I'm like, you didn't need to be covering every single blade of grass. So that's what I genuinely think is the case. I think when he get older, you have to use your head more, and it's frustrating because he's an intelligent footballer. And if you don't use your head, even though you're an intelligent footballer, then what's the point? What's the point of having that intelligence if you're not going to use it? You know what I mean?
So I swear I saw a gnat trying to do my Mr. Miyagi, but I think I missed it. So, I mean, Jammer, we do go back and forth a lot on this channel about whether Klopp is good at having a squad or not. Jamrock is of the belief that Klopp was telling the truth when he said he doesn't like big squads. So obviously he's saying he doesn't want to hear anyone from Matt to me saying anything about squad depth if we can't use them. You know, Klopp doesn't trust Gomez if he doesn't play, for example. I mean, what do you think of that?
I don't think it's a case of him trusting Gomez. I swear he was going to play him in the FA Cup, but the only reason he didn't play is because he's been getting random illnesses here and there. Like he had an illness against Cardiff. I think it was COVID. I don't know if I think it was Rona. I don't know if it was, but I think it was. I think
it might have been. Yeah, I think it might have been. Yeah.
And then he just had a normal illness against I think in the League Cup game against not Preston. I think it was the one before Arsenal. Leicester. No, he did play against Leicester. I'm talking about Preston. Preston, he didn't play.
Yeah, so, and that was injury. I think was that not? I think he was injured when we played Preston.
Or maybe like a little strain, not a
big one, but like something that I remember.
Yeah, so I don't think it's a case of him not trusting him. It's just that whenever he's had the opportunity, he just hasn't had the luck of staying fit. So
I mean, and again, not to go on a tangent, but I think the Gomez situation has always been tricky because, as a lot of people like fail to realize, he had a worse injury than Van Dijk, and then hasn't had the luxury of being able to play his way back into form. So sometimes you got to be a bit worried about playing Gomez. Nothing to do with his ability, just where he is at this stage of the injury this year, where that if the kid's coming back from a worse injury than Van Dijk, and Van Dijk didn't start looking good till December, and was playing every week. How the hell's Joe supposed to like get himself like back into?
This is like the third time he's had that injury as well.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? I think people really took that for granted. With Joey G, it was just he's not performing well. It's like, come on, guys, man. You have to give the kid a break on that one. But I mean, I saw a couple of people saying they don't necessarily like that midfield. Obviously, I would say have one or two of the big hitters on the bench just in case. Maybe have Flacco or Thiago on the bench, maybe to make sure that we do switch it up, because we definitely don't want to go out and we want to make sure we get this done. A lot of people maybe will probably even be saying, be professional, have the best team out from the beginning, maybe get the lead, and then you make substitutions. I think there are 5 subs in the FA Cup.
But I think it's also the case of like, if you're going to play a full team, I don't know, because like your second team, like the likes of Jones and Keita and these men there, they want something to prove. They want to have something to prove, you know. They want to prove that they want to be a part of this team. They want to lead this team to trophies. And some of them have played a big part. Like Minamina's played a big part in taking us to the Carabao Cup. I think that a lot of these players want to have that same impact for the FA Cup. Like, don't forget, FA Cup is a big trophy. It's a big trophy. So if these players can say, if these players can look back on the end of the season and say, I was one of the reasons why we won the FA Cup this season and helped us win multiple trophies in a season, I think that's something to look back on and be proud of. And I think quite a lot of these players want to have that. So that's why I want Klopp to play these second team players because they want to have something to prove, and they will prove something. That's for sure, man.
Yeah, I mean, Jam was saying if Gomez doesn't play against Forest as a centre back and you put Milner at right back, play Konate beside Gomez and rest VVD, then we don't need to have 4 centre backs.
Well, then again, Jamrock, we played 5 centre backs this season. Like Nat has played a couple of games, and that was to fill in for Joe when he got injured. So that's my little rebuttal to you, because there have been opportunities Joe could have played, but he couldn't because he wasn't fit. So,
and injury is why you have a big squad as well. Exactly. Because injuries are normally the worry. If it was a computer game and no one ever got injured, you'd only need 13 or 14 players. That'll be it.
Yeah.
Because you just always know you got your 11 who play every single week. And if the game isn't going well, you just have one position for each that you maybe change to make it better. That would be it. A big squad is about injuries and fatigue, really. Do you know what I mean? Because it isn't a computer game.
And
they do get tired, they do get injured.
Don't forget, Joe wants to be a part of this team. He wants to play football. Because think about it. World Cup is coming very, very soon, and he wants to be a part of that. And the likes of Maguire, even to the extent Tyrone Mings, aren't playing at that level. And Joe might be thinking to his head, I need to get games here because I can prove to both Klopp and Southgate that I'm a viable option to take to the World Cup and for this team. So I think
Stones and Gomez are probably the 2 best English centre backs. Probably, if you really deep it.
Probably.
Ben White should play instead of Mings. Yeah, that England setup is just
Mark
weird.
Way as well. We got Tomori. We got a lot of good young centre
backs. Tomori. Yeah, I forgot about Tomori. Yeah.
Tomori and Gomez will be a very good partnership together. Do you know what? That could actually be a brilliant partnership playing Tomori and Gomez. You're right.
That could actually be a really good partnership. So I think midfield, that we both agree on that. Although again, I don't know if Klopp will go with that up front now. Now I'm definitely resting Mo and Mane, like without a shadow of a doubt. So what do? Do we bring back the cup hero Minamino? Do we bring in the clutch specialist Origi? Bobby just coming off the bench, beautiful impact, definitely deserves to start. Jota got a goal, got hooked straight away, but that goal should do his confidence a world of good. Diaz looks tired to me. Like it could even just be, I was saying to the guys, Ram, people forget he had a brilliant Copa America, but played a lot of football. And he played a lot of football for Porto before we bought him. He wasn't fresh out the packet when we bought him. He played a lot of football in the last 12 months. So
man.
And then all the mental exhaustion of the change and the new surroundings and taking it all in and getting to know everyone. He's probably tired, whether it be physically or mentally himself, bro.
Man's running on adrenaline, man. He's running on adrenaline. That's it. It was bound to end. It was bound to end. And I think this is a time where his sort of the sparks are gonna not fly as much as it used to. But for sure, man, I want Minamino in this team. The guy's been clutch for us. He scored 2 brilliant goals against Norwich. I want Divock. I don't want Firmino to start. I think Firmino still. I don't want to rush him back from an injury because this is the second pretty bad injury he's got this season. I want to say long term, as certain people would say on the terrace, but it was pretty bad injury. So I wouldn't start him just yet. I'm gonna play D9. And I know I said I do. I know I said the adrenaline's gone, but I still want him to play. I want Diaz to play on that left.
Oh.
I think Jota he's still not 100% from that ankle injury, so I don't want to play him. And plus, he's going to be playing for Portugal as well. There's no doubt about that. You know what I'm saying? Best Portuguese striker in the Premier League. So
yeah. No, definitely.
I wouldn't play Jota in this game. I'll play Diaz, Origi, and Minamino.
Well, just like when we say Naby 3 times and Matt appears, we said Bobby Dazzler and Cal appeared. What's going on, bro? Can you hear us, bro?
Cal?
I don't think he can hear us, can he?
Can you not hear
Cal,
me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
I can't hear a thing. Can you not hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you. Yeah.
I can lip read you guys, but I can't hear a thing you guys are saying. Right, I'm going to try and come back out and come back in.
Should we start Bobby Dazzler?
I saw Bobby Dazzler.
Yeah.
Start
right, I'm going to come out and come back in.
That's hilarious.
Callum's a very
lip reading is crazy, isn't it? That's a mad skill, you know, to be able to lip read.
Yeah. Unless you have to actually mouth it properly, then it is. I wish I could lip read, man. That's all I gotta say, man.
If you can lip read to perfection, that's probably one of the greatest human skills you can ever get, along with sign language. I'm always amazed when people can do that sign language. That's amazing. But yeah, while we wait for Cal to come back in, so you would keep Bobby on the bench,
and
have him as an option off the bench,
absolutely. Because again, I know he played it brilliantly against an informed Arsenal. He still came back from an injury, and it's a good thing he's not on international break. It's a very, very good thing. He's not going to go to South America, but I don't want to get him injured again, especially in this crunch time of fixtures. You know, we've got Benfica, we've got Man City, we've got Watford, we've got the semi-final of the FA Cup. Touch wood, we win this game. We've got too many games for players to be injured, man, and I want us to rotate.
He looked good though. He did look good when he came out against Arsenal. He looked fresh. He looked good, man. His pressing was brilliant.
Cal heard that, man. Cal heard us talk about how.
Can you hear us now, bro?
Can't hear anything.
Oh no!
I don't know what's going on then, bro.
Is there?
And you lot can hear me fine.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
I tell you what, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question by typing it, and then you just answer it. So stay there.
I could do that for you, man. I could do that. Let me.
Quickly type
Mark
out.
tried to call me Manolo, you know.
Just type out who would be your starting 11, Cal.
All right, what I'd do then, because I can't hear a word you guys are saying, I don't want to. I'll just give you my starting 11.
Yes.
Then.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I can get used to this. All right, cool. All right, so obviously Ali in goal because Klopp's already said it. I'd go Gomez right back, Konate and Matip. No, sorry, Konate and Virgil. I'd rest Matip, and then I'd go Tsimikas left back. Midfield, I'd go. I think I said I'd go Fabinho, Hendo, and Keita. And then up top, I'd go Diaz from the left, Bobby through the middle, and Taki on the right.
Okay.
But there's 5 subs. All right, Drift. Hold on, Drift. I know I said a certain man. So the 5 subs I'd make is Origi, Jota, Connor Bradley, and then move Joe Gomez into centre back and rest Matip. And then I'd also bring on Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott in midfield.
Okay. Me, for my front 3, I would go Taki on the right. I'd actually go Jota on the left. I know you're saying he's going to play for Portugal, Ram, but my plan is to bring him off. And then I'm going Origi up front. And then...
So, sorry to cut you. You're going Bobby in the 10, did you say?
No. Jota left.
Jota left,
Minamino right,
Taki right,
Origi up front.
Ariga. So okay, what happened to C Senor still
Off the bench,
on the bench? Oh man, went like that. Okay,
coming on the 60th minute.
okay, 60th minute.
This is mad. This is communication on the heart.
No, it's one of my best friends. His parents are deaf, so I've had to learn a little bit of sign language and lip reading over the years. So it's coming in handy now. Still. Score prediction. I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool. I actually think it'll be a tight game. I don't think we're gonna roll them over. I think they're gonna really go for it. I'm gonna go 2-1.
I agree with you.
You agree with me? Oh, hell is freezing over, boy. we never agree.
No, but here's the one thing. The one thing I am scared of is I think it will go to extra time.
I'm
got
thinking the exact same thing. 2-1 after extra time.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
After extra time.
Oh, after extra time? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Normal time.
No, I agree with Ram.
90 minutes. We'll finish that in 90 minutes.
1:20.
2-0.
No. What? 2-1.
2-1.
After extra time.
Okay, so 1-1 going into extra time, and then we win it in extra time 2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. So
I can't say I'm gonna thrash him, man, because of my dad, innit? I can't say we're gonna pipe them. We're gonna pipe them 4-0 because I have to keep my dad happy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to be fair, bro,
Rams, I'm gonna be real with you.
No,
your dad ain't gonna be happy with you, bruv. Just take the L. take the L at home to get Liverpool the W. You might not get dinner tomorrow. You might get the cold shoulder until Tuesday. Just take the L for us, bro. He's got to love you eventually again, bro.
Don't know, bro. I don't know.
and let's be real. Once he gave you life, he gave you freedom. It is what it is, bro. Everyone disappoints their parents. You know what I mean? It's like, go.
Yeah.
So I know I'm changing the subject, but is something wrong with the chat as well? Well, your chat's coming through.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Oh, cause it's crazy because no one's saying no one's messaging me or saying anything about Coutinho today. So I thought the chat was broken.
Fair enough. I knew you were gonna say that.
Fair enough.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew it.
Usually I get blown up on the day he plays football. Didn't he play today? Or I don't know. I don't know. Seems like he learned a lot today. Still, fair enough.
He was dead today. But anyway,
I'm just asking, bro. I'm just asking. I'm innocent. I'm just asking.
Big up Jamrock for the super chat. It says, if Klopp is expecting the squad to be trimmed down in the summer because several players don't believe they're not getting enough playing time, those right here is evidence as to why. I mean, yeah, I do see where you're coming on that one. If the likes of like Minamino don't play in a game like this, then they probably will be like, how often am I going to get games? So I get that. I do get that, but we're at the stage of the season where we can't drop any more points or lose any more games. So I do understand where Klopp is coming from on like making sure he plays the best players. It's a tough one, isn't it? Yeah, go on.
Just on Jamrock Super Chat, again, I'm not sure what you guys said. I'm going to do a members video on that. I'm going to have a look at the squad and I'm going to say who I think we will move on in the summer. Because I don't actually think we have to move on first teamers or people integral to the squad for us to trim the squad down. I think there's a lot of, I don't want to use the word deadwood, but I think there's a lot of players in and around the squad that we can actually like sell in the summer or get rid of and add a couple of players that I think we're missing from the squad without having to touch the core guys. And by the core guys, I am still referring to people like Joe Gomez as well. I do not want to see Joe Gomez go. I'm a little nervous, but I think it would be a big mistake. Not because I don't think we can buy someone else as good as him, but because of what he could be for us in the long term and homegrown, how much we'd have to spend to replace him. Like, just so many different things. Like, for me, it just wouldn't make sense. But I'm going to go into that in the members video. So that will be out tomorrow.
Also, the dynamics as well. The dynamics within the squad he's very, very crucial with that. The likes of Trent, even Millie, Hendo. Like, he's very, very close with a lot of the English boys in the squad. So yeah. I think it'd be very hard to see him go.
Yeah, man, it would, man. But there you have it. We'll wrap it up now, guys. There you have our we got one more super chat from Jamrock just quickly. He says, Cal, those players coming in will face the same. I mean, Cal, you want to answer that one, bro? Do you want to answer that, bro? It's for you.
Oh, sorry. Cal, those players coming in will face the same. I don't think they will, Jamrock, because I hate to say it, there's certain players I don't think Klopp trusts. And I think if he brings in players, he will trust them. And I think we've seen that with the likes of Jota and Thiago. Tsimikas, there's an argument there because obviously he really loves Robbo, obviously. And I think Tsimikas has been a little hard done by at points this season, but Robbo is still the better left back. But I do genuinely believe that Klopp will get at least one or two players in the summer, and I think you'll see them figure more than we necessarily think.
Jude.
Quick one for you as well, Cal.
No, it's 50-50 at the moment. My day's a bit hectic. 50-50 at the moment. I will be definitely doing a post-fight show though, but watch along I'm not 100% sure on yet.
And just got one other super chat here. Big up Taji. So side note, just reminds me of Sully from Top Boy.
I don't see it.
More than you can believe.
I don't see it.
I've never been told I look like Kano before, but it is what it is, isn't it?
You lot thought I was joking when I said Drifty was becoming a millionaire still.
Believe, man. Believe. You always have that hope.
But yeah, so there you have it, guys. Let us know, obviously, in the comments afterwards, and big up to everyone who joined in. Make sure you smash the like button, guys. Make sure you check out Ram. Let them know where they can find you, bro.
Yeah, if you wanna have like general conversations, I'll be in around Twitter, and my Twitter handle right there. And also the terrace. Come to the terrace. I'll be smoking these Chelsea, man. Hopefully they get the L against Middlesbrough, and there'll be even more smoke for them. So catch me there. And I'll be repping Liverpool for the rest of my life. And I'm not a Forest fan, as some people said in the comments. I know you are fools.
So make sure you smash that like button, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Make sure you go and follow Ram. You know what I mean? And before we go, as always, guys, make sure that you check out FansBet, guys. As I said before, bet £10, get £30 in free bets, plus 10 free spins. You know what I mean? Terms and conditions apply. Make sure you hit the link in the description so they know you came through us, guys. There's also a separate link for a 200% bonus. So whatever you put down, you will get double back on your bet. So make sure you check out FansBet, guys. As I said, they do a lot for charities as well, especially Kenny Dalglish's charity, which we contribute to as well, which is an amazing thing. So make sure you check out FansBet, guys. You know, they're the best betting company. You know what I mean? So, that being said, people, thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow for the watch along. So we will be here. We'll go through the emotions with you guys. And then obviously we'll have the post game afterwards. So let's get this done, man. A trip to Wembley, hopefully on the cards. You know what I mean? Ram, once again, big up, bro. Preview legend, do you know what I mean? And Cal, I don't know if you can lip read me, but big up for coming in, bro.
Big up, people.
We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Peace.
But